Greg. I got my parade time in because I marched all the way from the brewery, so I won't have to go tomorrow, see? So I can sleep in tomorrow, and the next time these have to surface will be tomorrow afternoon.
Or next year.
Or next year. Whichever comes later.
Because I can tell you, folks, you won't see these on Mr. Mel for the second week of Oktoberfest, right?
Well, not on Friday night.
Oh, okay.
Now, Saturday, we're having some people in, so, you know, I may have to go on again.
Well, we're going to talk a little football here, folks, on UPN TV 23. This is the first game of two. Mel, big game tonight, really for both teams. The Hilltoppers, if they win tonight, they're really a nice position, not only for the conference, but then they'd be 3-0 and be looking really good for the playoffs.
Yeah, in fact, there's 3 teams in the Mississippi Valley that are undefeated. Logan has played more games. They're 3-0. Holman 2-0, and of course, Onalaska.
And of course, you mean that's in the conference. They all have some losses outside, but so far. But those 3 teams. Now, Aquinas is an interesting animal. They're 1-2 in the conference, 2-3 overall. This is really a must-win for them in the conference if they hope to get in the playoffs.
This really is. Somebody's going to lose over at Logan tonight. Holman or Logan, obviously, they're playing each other. So one of those teams is going to come away with a conference loss.
And the Hilltoppers...
Onalaska could stand a conference loss, but Aquinas can't.
And the Hilltoppers still have to play both of those teams. You know, so bottom line is the Hilltoppers are really the team right now that have their conference. All these teams have their conference destiny in their own hands. After tonight, only 2 teams will.
I think that's probably true.
And guess what? The next game is Logan versus Holman. Lots of great football on UPN TV 23 and great legs on Larry Mel. What else can you say? Happy Oktoberfest, everybody. We'll be back with after these messages with the start of the game on UPN TV 23.
So, Ma, you want one of those softener thingies?
Yes, Salty.
Arr. So, mate, when can you install one?
We don't install.
Arr. So when can you deliver one?
We don't deliver.
Arr. So what if we need service?
Just call Culligan. They can fix it.
Yep. We just sell them.
Arr. That's a fine idea, Sonny. We'll just go to Culligan and have them take care of everything.
Where do you go for your Oktoberfest headquarters? It's gotta be Quillen's. Head to your nearest Quillen's, home of the official Oktoberfest brat, and stock up for a weekend of festivities. Get your pre-cooked Oktoberfest brats all ready to be thrown on the fire. Brat buns and all of your favorite fixings. Don't forget to stop by the deli for delicious hot and cold items, like German potato salad or Quillen's classic potato salad. Quillen's also has a wide selection of German wines and beers for your Oktoberfest celebration.
It's gotta be Quillen's.
To all of you that have been to Miller Quick Print in the last 20 years, we'd like to thank you for being our customers and our friends. We truly appreciate each and every one of you. As many of you know, Ray retired in January. It is our desire to continue providing you with the same high-quality, fast-service printing that he provided. He left some pretty big shoes to fill, and our goal is to one day fill those shoes the way that he did.
Top Model gets intense. With these girls, it's about high drama.
Sarah and Kim seem very close to each other.
Like, I love blondes.
I'm attracted to her.
High stakes.
I really don't have time for this today. You just gotta leave my set.
And what happens next is a Top Model first.
Ball in the second half.
Going to see a couple different styles tonight.
Andrew Harlos, it's a reverse.
That's the Gutierrez. He's quick.
He is very quick, and he has a seam. He's out to the 40, a great return all the way to the 45-yard line, and that is a spectacular job by the Hilltoppers, coached by Dieter Antoni. And the Hilltoppers have one of the best coaching staffs, I would say, in the area. Very veteran coaching staff. Aquinas, too, brings a lot of veterans here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you have 2 of the longest tenured coaching staffs in the area. If you brought in Toma and Central, you'd have pretty much the 4, well, and of course Holman. I mean, it's really interesting. In our conference, we have a lot of coaches that have been here 10+ years.
Yeah.
Hilltoppers march out in offense. They are led by their quarterback, Steinman, number 8. And I thought they had a man in motion.
They had 2 men in motion there.
And the penalty probably would have worked better, Larry.
The penalty, Would have at least given him a down over.
Seisha lost about 5, actually about 3, so it'll bring up 2nd and 13.
Onalaska, of course, going to run out of their single wing, out of their wishbone. They're going to be in a broken bone most of the time because they'll use a wingback. They'll throw to him some. They'll use one split. Aquinas will probably be in a 5 front, so at least they'll have 8 or so guys in the box. As you can see, they got 9. And they're going to try to take away the run.
Well, that's going to be offsides against the Hilltoppers. That should never happen in offense.
Not at this juncture of the game. A team, that is a run-oriented team.
Well, and this just is a herder, Larry. Now it's 2nd down and 18. And, to an Aquinas, this is not the end of the world, or a Logan or a Holman, all who like to throw the ball a little bit. But to an Onalaska, this is no fun.
No, because there aren't too many 18-yard running plays. Of course, they got a couple downs to do it, but they didn't get much on that one. That was that was Morehouse. That was the one of the backs, one of the tailbacks.
3rd and 14 now for the Toppers. We've just started an absolutely beautiful night for football. You could not, if you had to draw this up and make a plan, you couldn't make it any nicer for the last day of September to be able to be in shorts in the press box, windows wide open, and just no wind. It's just wonderful.
There's an offside.
And we're going to have a motion or offside this time against Aquinas, so it'll now bring up about 3rd and 10. But, you just can't ask for better weather. We hope, folks, you have a good time at Oktoberfest this weekend. Lots of festivities. Mr. Mel has already been there. He's already experienced it. Is it as good as ever, Mr. Mel?
It's pretty much like it usually is.
Did you pay your keg dues? Because, we do have some new rules this year. And
I really wasn't there to see whether the mayor, who tapped the K. Oh, there's an unusual pass. He got a man. Oh, he dropped it. Oh, that was the tight end. Krupicka. And that was a well-called and well-executed play. Executed till the last minute when Krupicka dropped it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it hit him in the hands.
Yep.
So now we bring a 4th and 10. So you weren't there to see if the mayor was legal or not?
No, I was there, but I glanced away, didn't notice whether or not he was tending bar without a license. Or whether he was drinking, although I did see him drinking later. I don't know, does that count? No, that doesn't count.
Sam Peterson is back for the kick. He's going to take it. That's a fumble.
And it's Aquinas.
Hilltopper ball.
Oh, what a disastrous start.
First big mistake goes against the Blue Golds, and the Hilltoppers will take over at the 15-yard line.
And the last thing you want to do against a run-oriented team is give them a short field.
I think that might have been Jacob Barron, number 51. It was one of the linebackers. It was a number in the 50s, and he just had a beat on Peterson. Peterson, you could see, Larry, looked up a couple of times, and that would have been a classic case to take a fair catch.
Yep,
and
exactly.
When he didn't take the fair catch, he then was worried about it being hit, and then because that young man for Onalaska was the first one there, it was all over. Now we've got the corner.
That's the fullback. He's in.
It's going to be very close. It's a touchdown.
Yeah,
and the Toppers score first. At what time, Mel? I can't
Not
see
much. 9:48.
Just a couple of minutes into the game. It's 6-0. Onalaska in the lead.
And for Onalaska, this is what they need to do. They need to get ahead and try to stay ahead, because Aquinas so far this year has been able to put up points. Now this is a pretty good defense. We'll see how effective they are against this kind of defense. But Onalaska needed really to get that block.
High snap. And that's no good. And guess who that was?
That was 51 on the other side. That was Wetstein.
Hey,
he's that little guy who comes through tight.
So 6-0 now, and that was the high snap that caused that.
Yeah, that was not a good snap.
Boyer's Budget Furniture at 2100 West Avenue features quality furniture at budget prices. Furniture for every room in your home. Bedroom sets, dining room, sofas, chairs, recliners. You're going to find it at Boyer's and at affordable prices. Make sure you ask Rick about financing at Boyer's Budget Furniture, 2100 West Avenue South in La Crosse. And I have a hunch we might see Mr. Boyer next week. We've done a little bit of a switcheroo in our schedule, and we will be jumping over to do the Black River Fall lacrosse game next week. And it's very possible that we'll get to see Mr. Boyer. I've seen him at La Crescent games before, just strolling through, because heck, half of the city of La Crescent comes to La Crescent football games.
Plus, he's a coach over there. Now, not a football coach, but he is a coach.
So that normally means they have to like hold a clipboard or something. It's like a rule. Now let's see this. This is my first time seeing Onalaska. They line up. And they
have an outstanding kicker in Gutierrez, number 26.
Yeah, he's one of the best in the area, if not the best.
I think he is.
And
kind of a short kick.
Yeah, but very, very high.
A lot of coverage there.
Peterson gets it.
Good job this time.
Love to make up for what just happened. He gets all the way out to the 37-yard line where the Blue Golds will take over.
So that's decent field position.
What allows them to do everything, and that's really the key. They trail 6-0 after the Peterson muff, what Onalaska picked up. It is now Aquinas' first chance with the ball.
Chris Catchell is in the lineup after injuring his ankle in the last game that we did last week. Murkic is not, so Stetter will be the fullback.
1st and 10 for the Blue Golds. They're at the 36-yard line.
Onalaska and their classic 5-man front.
Now, was that a late handoff, a fake, and then a handoff? I mean,
yeah, that was sort of a delay to the fullback Stetter after a fake to the halfback.
2nd down and about 8 now. Conway was the person in to make the first contact, and then he had a host of friends right up the gut.
Favre, number 55, the left guard for Aquinas, is back in the lineup after sitting out for the last few minutes of last game. Hickey goes deep to Catchell, and he got bumped, but there's no call, there's no flag.
And I think the reason there wasn't a flag is that that player bumped him when he was trying to stop to play the ball, Larry. Catchell just was running the route, and the ball was behind him. That almost was disastrous. I mean, the coverage was very good. It looked like Catchell had a half.
Catchell had a step, but the ball didn't have the step.
Well, and that's one of those where that's what the DB wants it to look like he has a step. He closed really well. He was going to be there. 3rd now and about 8 for the Blue Golds. They have the ball just shy of the 40-yard line for the first time.
We're looking at a pass play here again, I think.
A little bit of movement, but everybody stayed home. Lots of pressure.
Had a man.
Well, he had a man, but he had no time. That was the whole thing there, Larry. He had to get rid of the ball because a couple of his linemen, if you noticed, ended up on their back.
Yeah,
that's not a good sign.
Onalaska has a bit the edge on size here tonight, and that will eventually, I think, be a factor. It isn't always a factor early on, but when you got half your kids going both ways, and they're a little smaller, it gets to be a factor.
Nice punt fielded at the 25. And Onalaska is going to get great field position again, Larry, all the way out to the 37-yard line.
Yep.
And Gutierrez is the player returning the ball. And
in fact, I think they're across the. The 40 to about 43. The 43 now. So.
And the Blue Golds have Trevor Liga, a junior, 6'1", 187, going off slowly, and I think he's a regular on their
defense. He is. He's their defensive tackle on the right side.
And right now he's getting tended to on the sideline. It's a far sideline, so we don't have a clue what's going on over there.
Right.
1st and 10 for the Toppers, the full bone back there. And that's a quarterback keeper.
And it's a good one.
Oh, he almost had. If he was not tackled there, was that by?
That was Zach Rickaway.
If Rickaway doesn't make that tackle, he goes a lot farther.
And Rickaway made that tackle well. He's either a linebacker or a strong safety. And he's a good-sized kid.
2nd down and a couple now for the Toppers. They're just across midfield in the Blue Golds territory.
First man through, the fullback does not make much.
Well, might be enough for the first down. They didn't need a lot of room.
I think he did get it.
So that'll bring up, yep, he did. 1st and 10. And that was all on his own, Larry.
Yep.
He was hit behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he just fought his way, kept his legs going, and fell forward. Like you say, he only needed about a yard, maybe not even that, and he got it.
So now it's a 1st and 10 for the Toppers. They are across midfield. Give it to the last man through, and he picks up a couple. That was a good job of defense. Number 73 was in there for the Blue Golds. That's Skinner, who just stayed at home and made the tackle.
That was a good belly series by Adam Steinman. Fake first to the fullback. Of course, on this kind of an offense, that fullback either gets it or gets a fake almost every time. That freezes your middle linebacker and prevents him skating. Ooh, good dive.
Yeah, but still good defense.
Still
by the
good
Blue
defense by probably, is that Stetter? No, it's number 60. That's Wiggert. And Wetstein was also in on the play. So Aquinas, if they can hold here, they can force a kick. They're going to be in the shadows, but they got to make a play here.
Well, it'll be interesting because you figure 3rd and 4, you need to stop them. Probably 4th and 2.
Yeah, you got to.
They may go for it.
Yeah, you got to keep them more than 2 yards out probably on this part of the field.
Oh, looking for a pass play. Doesn't have it. Now he's
got
going
the
to get
first
the
down.
first down and
Ooh,
more.
he got hit pretty hard, but he got the first down.
Well, what happened was one of his backs, number 26, Gutierrez, decided he was going to come back and see if he could beat the guy that was chasing him. The problem was is all of them sort of ended up at the same place. Actually, that had fumble written all over it because he was getting hit by all directions. And
but he was out of bounds, so it could have popped fair, but it
just don't know.
No.
I mean, my point is, it was a good job by the quarterback holding on to the ball, and they're all the way down to the 30-yard line.
Osasha breaks loose, but the defense at Aquinas' defensive line has been pretty good.
Well, right now, Larry, they're doing, it looks like they have a spy on all 3 of the players. Everybody has a spy. Because
I'll tell you, it's hard to spy 3 guys in the backfield, though.
Well, but it sure looks like they're doing it because there seems to be a person on each of the guys every play. Maybe not on Sasha, but on the 2 halfbacks. Watch like number 3 back there.
Steinman keeps and gets about a yard on the fall forward, and that's about it.
I don't think
Newman coming in now, probably for Morehouse. Newman, a starter earlier in the season. He's a quick back, not as big as Morehouse. They'll share time at one of the bone backs.
Well, 3rd and 7, don't be surprised if you see the Toppers run here. This is certainly...
Oh, they're in 4-down territory now. There's no point in punting here. Hey, they're even close enough soon for Gutierrez to make a kick.
Ooh, that could have been motion at the snap.
And it's caught.
Ooh. I really thought that Blue Gold, that's number 3 for the
That's Brent Rude.
But I really thought that Blue Gold, if he would have dove for the ball, he had a shot.
I thought he had a pick there, but he got cautious right at the last moment and allowed the play to stand. I think he had a chance for a pick.
No, it's a long ways away from us too, Mel.
Yeah, it is. But in his behalf, he misses that pick. It's a touchdown.
Right. 5 1/4 to go in the quarter. Onalaska driving once again. No flag. There was motion. Quarterback keeper, and he's going to pick up, about 3-4 yards. And again, this is a Hilltopper drive.
Hey, 3-4 yards for an offense like this, that's okay.
Well, my point is this is a Hilltopper drive. How many? They took over with about 9 minutes. It's now 5 minutes. The clock is ticking. I mean, they are in no hurry here whatsoever.
It's one of the reasons, of course, unless you have a great breakaway halfback, it's one of the reasons teams like this don't score much. It takes them a long time to get down the field with the way they want to do it.
That's an option.
That's to Morehouse. Good coverage.
And
after about, what? 3 yards.
And again, that's just fine.
Yep.
And
because they're in 4-down territory, it's about 3rd and 4. So hey, 2-yarders gets them there, and then they're real close to the goal line.
And are they in 4-down territory, Mel? You've got a really good field goal kicker. This is certainly in his range.
Yeah, it's also early in the game. They got a touchdown.
You're going to go for it. I know.
I think so. Oh, this kid can kick them from here. I'll tell you what, with his other foot.
Rude is out there. Rude sort of is a lonely man.
Yeah, he's the lonesome end out there. Uh-oh, motion. He gets rid of it, and it's a touchdown, but I think...
Is it motion?
Well, I think there's... that was Newman. I think there's a flag over...
Yeah, I know there's... I already saw the motion penalty.
I think it's on Rude over there at that at the lonesome end.
Well, let's see what this is. Now, it looks like we're going to have the chat. This is one of the obligatory chats.
Yes.
Do we want them to score a touchdown?
What do you think the odds are that Aquinas lets the play stand, which is a touchdown?
Wouldn't you decline it there?
Oh, yes. But that's the way the game is structured.
Well,
and, it seems to me that sometimes they could say, I assume you want the penalty, right? Instead they I've been the captain on there, and I know that they go through. If you accept this, it'll be a touchdown to the other team. If you accept the penalty, it'll be blah blah blah. So they got to go. Good defense.
But this is a huge turn of events.
Oh yeah, now it's kick time.
They're going to kick a field goal.
Oh yeah, the ball will be on the 20. The kick will be from the 28, and add 10 yards onto that is a 38-yard field goal, and that's a bunch for most high school kids. This kid's got the range. If he gets a good snap, he does.
The snap is down. The kick is
looks
up.
plenty long, and it's good.
9-0 is our score. You're watching the Culligan High School Game of the Week. The Hilltoppers are in the lead. Right back after these messages on UPN TV 23. That ball could have went.
Think about what you want to be. Think about how to get there. Think about your future. Think about WWTC. Think about where you are in life. Think about what you want to be. Think about how to get there. Think about your future. Think about Western Wisconsin Technical College.
Our business is insured with American Family. With the new business, I wind up seeing my partner more than I see my wife and family. We have a language that our wives don't even understand. We have the hand signals, we have the facial gestures. We've been through a lot of things together, so we have a big bond of trust. Service is #1 priority in our company. Our agent is the type of agent that looks out for us. Treat people like you want to be treated. That's how we do business. That's how American Family Insurance does business.
American Family Insurance.
In this town, it's not hard to hide the truth.
I need proof that my father didn't kill himself.
Unless you're hiding it from Veronica Mars.
I'll help you.
You'll never guess who's in the interrogation room right now. Is Veronica Mars in there alone?
Now, what Veronica discovers exposes a dark secret.
My father did not kill himself.
Veronica, you can't try to make sense out of this.
I know the bus driver's daughter.
But what happens next, Veronica never expected. An all-new Veronica Mars, UPN Wednesday at 9/8 Central.
3:03 to go. The Hilltoppers are up 9-0, and this is a much better kick. That is a high kick back to about the 8-yard line. And Peterson's got a hole.
Good run by Peterson.
He gets all the way out to the 31-yard line.
Somebody in the outside broke their lane, Mike, and collapsed on the play, and Peterson took it to the outside. Now, ironically, Aquinas has given up 2 scores in 3 possessions, but with a touchdown here, they can come within 2 points. So all is not lost for the Blue Goals. I think they do need to score here in the next possession or so.
1st and 10. The only way the Hilltoppers have stopped themselves, Larry, without scoring was when they had a whole bunch of penalties.
Yeah. Oh,
there's a fumble.
And it's still loose, and it's Onalaska. And you simply cannot put the ball on the ground. Cannot put the ball on the ground.
And as crazy as this sounds, this is, in my opinion, not a horrible time for a timeout. If you're
boy, I'll tell you.
Because now the good news is the Toppers are probably not going to go for the jugular on the first play, because they're a running team. But they're,
on the other hand, they demonstrated the ability to get deep
Well, this Rude
And if I were gonna call one, I'd do it now.
This Rude kid can certainly run. They're not going to. It's just a quarterback keeper.
And he gets 4 yards. Nice play. Steinman is a pretty impressive runner. He's a fairly good-sized kid for one thing. He's about 6'2", 200 pounds. That's a nice size for an option quarterback, I'll tell you.
So
Morehouse out, Newman in.
2:20 to go now in the quarter. So you think like Rude and Rickaway out there are having just a nice casual conversation about
little chat occasionally.
What sort of brats they're going to eat this weekend? Nice little up the gut finish again.
Onalaska right now running from a full bone.
Well, now it brings up 3rd and about 4. And again, this is a big play for Aquinas. If they can get the stuff here.
They can force a three-pointer, and
which hurts, but it isn't the end of the world.
But it's still not 2 full touchdowns, you know, with conversion. So,
and you've fumbled it twice.
Yeah. And you've essentially given them 2 touchdowns.
And you're still in the game.
And you're still in the game. So yeah.
This is a big play, 3rd down and 5.
It is.
Toppers.
They got him.
Yep. And again, it really looks like somebody's going to need to talk to these corners from the Blue Golds, because it looks like, Larry, maybe we're just so far away we're not catching it, but it looks like they could be defending these passes. You know, because
Rude has got size. Rude and Rickaway are on a matchup out there. Rickaway is not tall. He's about 5'10". Rude is about 6'3", so he's got size. I think Rickaway is worried about the height of the throws. If he steps in and it's over his head, it's all over.
$1:25 to go and counting here in the first quarter. And now
Rude seems to be making his cut just at the right time, and the throw is just at the right time. When you get that kind of timing, you really have to have great closing speed to to make that play. And yet it looks like he's in position from here. It looks like he's in position to make that step, but he's not doing it. 2nd
down, quarterback keeper.
That's in.
Touchdown.
And now that's a herder.
Well, now it's 15.
Yeah.
And they're going to just take the extra point and go to 16 with 37 seconds. Now, the Blue Golds have a good enough offense. They can put a lot of points up on the board, folks.
They can. They have, as demonstrated by the second half last week against Central, where they put up 3 or 4 touchdowns. I think they had 1 in the first half, ended up with 5.
I think Gutierrez is very upset that first kick was blocked.
Yeah, he almost kicked that one over in the park.
Well, I think he did. There's probably some people out there tailgating that have a football.
They probably have a couple little kids over there. It's like in baseball, you know, you give them a dime for each. It must be at least worth a quarter for a football, don't you think?
16-0, though. Not a great first start for the Blue Golds.
No, and
really it's been their mistakes.
Oh, they've been shooting themselves in the foot.
There was only 1 drive and 2 fumbles.
That's right. Onalaska made 1 excellent drive, but had to settle for a field goal on it. The touchdowns have come compliments of the Blue Golds.
Gutierrez is going to be tired here in the first quarter. He kicked a field goal, kicked a couple extra points, and kicked off 3 times.
He's going to have to kick with his other foot the second half, I'm afraid. It's going to wear him out.
16-0's the score. And the Blue Golds need to get back on track. Gutierrez approaches, and it's a nice.
There's a beauty.
All the way back to the 5-yard line. And through the wedge, and a decent run back.
Yeah, 20-yard run back. Peterson does a nice job with the run backs. Song's the one that he left for the Hilltoppers to pick up, but he's made nice yardage on every run back. He's got a sense back there. He makes the first guy miss, gets to the hole, gets to the wall. He's an effective returner.
1st and 10 now for the Blue Golds. They just need to get a first down.
Oh, they gotta get some offense going.
We're going into a shotgun now. A little bit of different look, trying to jump start.
A lot of people in the pattern, and it's a quarterback keeper all the way.
And Onalaska was not fooled at all by that.
They
just
stayed home. They stayed home very nicely.
Now, if you're the Blue Golds and you're down by this many scores, I might try to get a playoff yet here in this quarter. It's going to be tough, but you need as many plays as you can get. And I don't think they're going to do it unless they're really quick. We're at 5. Yeah, they're going to have to snap it, and they're not going to get it off.
No.
Your score after 1, 16-0, folks. We'll be back after these messages on the Culligan High School Game of the Week.
So, Ma, you want one of those softener thingies?
Yes, Salty.
Arr. So, mate, when can you install one?
We don't install.
Arr. So when can you deliver one?
We don't deliver.
Arr. So what if we need service?
Just call Culligan. They can fix it.
Yep. We just sell them.
Arr. That's a fine idea, Sonny. We'll just go to Culligan and have them take care of everything.
Discover the hidden treasures of home. Discover the 7 Seas collection from Hooker Furniture, now at Ross Furniture. Explore the 7 Seas Treasures Boutique and experience the exotic and eclectic accents that can transform an ordinary space into an enticing adventure. Look closely. That glass top table may be a carousel. That side chest may double as a table. There may even be a secret compartment in that desk. The 7 Seas collection. Come see it today at Ross Furniture.
There are thousands of reasons to hire Bosshart & Park when you've been hurt in an accident. What's yours?
They're helping me understand all the forms the insurance company wants me to sign.
They're keeping me informed every step of the way. They're dealing with the insurance company, so I don't have to.
I need somebody looking out for me.
There are thousands of reasons to hire Bosshart & Park if you've been hurt in an accident. Call Bosshart & Park at 782-1469 or toll free 888-943-9682.
UPN this weekend. Instinct is what keeps species alive.
Charlie, don't be so rude.
For this group of friends,
I don't think she's the right girl for you.
whoa, it's more your type. Human nature is their only enemy.
Still your life. You're already insane. You don't need my help.
You playing for a fool?
No.
What were you thinking, Billy?
I love her, Jillian.
You son of a...
23 in the Culligan High School Game of the Week. Second about 8 for the topper, or for the Blue Golds. Back in a shotgun. This time he's going back to pass, and he's...
So, Ma, you want one of those softener thingies?
Yes, Salty.
Arr. So, mate, when can you install one?
We don't install.
Arr. So when can you deliver one?
We don't deliver.
Arr. So what if we need service?
Just call Culligan. They can fix it.
Yep. We just sell them.
Arr. That's a fine idea, Sonny. We'll just go to Culligan and have them take care of everything.
Our business is insured with American Family. With the new business, I wind up seeing my partner more than I see my wife and family. We have a language that our wives don't even understand. We have the hand signals, we have the facial gestures. We've been through a lot of things together, so we have a big bond of trust. Service is #1 priority in our company. Our agent is the type of agent that looks out for us. Treat people like you want to be treated. That's how we do business. That's how American Family Insurance does business.
American Family Insurance.
Where do you go for your Oktoberfest headquarters? It's gotta be Quillen's. Head to your nearest Quillen's, home of the official Oktoberfest brat, and stock up for a weekend of festivities. Get your pre-cooked Oktoberfest brats all ready to be thrown on the fire. Brat buns and all of your favorite fixings. Don't forget to stop by the deli for delicious hot and cold items like German potato salad or Quillen's classic potato salad. Quillen's also has a wide selection of German wines and beers for your Oktoberfest celebration.
It's gotta be Quillen's. In this town, it's not hard to hide the truth.
I need proof that my father didn't kill himself.
Unless you're hiding it from Veronica Mars.
I'll help you.
You'll never guess who's in the interrogation room right now. Is Veronica Mars in there alone?
Now, what Veronica discovers exposes a dark secret.
My father did not kill himself.
Veronica, you can't try to make sense out of this.
I know the bus driver's daughter.
But what happens next, Veronica never expected. An all-new Veronica Mars, UPN Wednesday at 9/8 Central.
So, Ma, you want one of those softener thingies?
Yes, Salty.
Arr. So, mate, when can you install one?
We don't install.
Arr. So when can you deliver one?
We don't deliver.
Arr. So what if we need service?
Just call Culligan. They can fix it.
Yep. We just sell them.
Arr. That's a fine idea, Sonny. We'll just go to Culligan and have them take care of everything.
Think about where you are in life. Think about what you want to be. Think about how to get there. Think about your future. Think about WWTC. Think about where you are in life. Think about what you want to be. Think about how to get there. Think about your future. Think about Western Wisconsin Technical College.
To all of you that have been to Miller Quickprint in the last 20 years, we'd like to thank you for being our customers and our friends. We truly appreciate each and every one of you. As many of you know, Ray retired in January. It is our desire to continue providing you with the same high-quality, fast-service printing that he provided. He left some pretty big shoes to fill, and our goal is to one day fill those shoes the way that he did.
Bossard Park. Call for your free office visit, 782-1469.
UPN this weekend. Instinct is what keeps species alive.
Charlie, don't be so rude.
For this group of friends,
I don't think she's the right girl for you.
whoa, it's more your type. Human nature is their only enemy.
Still your life. You're already insane. You don't need my help.
You play me for a fool.
No.
What were you thinking, Billy?
I love her, Jillian.
You son of a...
Culligan High School Game of the Week. Tonight, Game 1 features the Aquinas Blue Golds and last year's MVC champions, the Onalaska Hilltoppers. The Culligan High School Game of the Week, made possible by our sponsors, like Culligan for water professionals, Boyer's Budget Furniture, quality furniture at affordable prices, Western Wisconsin Technical College. Think about your future. Think about WWTC. Ross Furniture at 101 State Street. American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. Quillen's IGA, it's gotta be Quillen's. Bossard Park & Associates, competent, effective legal representation for over 90 years. TJ's Auto Glass in La Crescent. Windshield need repair? TJ's has glass for autos, trucks, tractors, and heavy equipment. Pizza Corral, round up the family and head for Pizza Corral in Holman. Miller Quick Print, just one long block north of the interstate on Highway 35 in Onalaska. And Every Plumbing and Heating in Onalaska for your every plumbing and heating need. Now let's get back to the action and the second half with Mike Klauke and Larry Mel.
And that time there wasn't offsides, Larry. Long kick all the way back.
4-yard line.
Oh, nice move.
Peterson got the outside. There's one guy. Oh, and he took an inside move. And Peterson finally got knocked down by the kicker, Gutierrez, who went right to the sideline, Mike, and make sure. That was about a 45-yard run back. That was a great run back by Peterson.
That was a very nice run back by Peterson.
Peterson must have more speed than I've been giving him. Takes that middle run and then breaks to the outside. And he's deceptively fast.
Well, 1st and 10 for the Blue Golds. Just shy of midfield. They need points here, and they need them right away. Not immediately, but quick. And that time, it's good defense by Onalaska.
Well, they strung that one out very, very nicely.
Well, and then Aquinas was lucky something bad didn't happen because Hickey went tumbling to the ground.
Yeah, and the Onalaska tackler had a hand on the ball. All he had to do was jerk, and he could have created a fumble there. So Hickey has got equipment problems. His shoe is off. And they're taking the tape off of it now to get it back on. He's going to have a problem. They're going to have to take a timeout.
Well, they're just letting the clock run. And now they do take the timeout. And
they wouldn't give him an equipment timeout.
Well, they hadn't put the ball in play, Larry.
Hadn't they?
They had not put the ball in play. The official stood there and did not put the ball in play at all. So he was letting it go. The problem was the clock was a ticking. And, Hickey was a long ways away from being done.
Oh, yeah.
Now what would be interesting, I would think you would give him as much time as you wanted here on this timeout. Now,
which means that he may want to tape that shoe back on. I mean, I'm assuming there's a reason he had it taped on to begin with. And there goes the tape.
Yeah, because like I said, I can't believe they're going to be in any hurry. I mean, now that they use the timeout, I think they will give them as much time probably as he needs, even though, well, I don't think they were going to, Larry.
Yeah, they're hurrying back.
Because no, they're fine because right now is what matters, is what he just did. Up to this point, nothing happened.
Right.
So they had plenty of time. Hickey goes back to pass on second down, has a man.
That's Catchell for 5.
And that's okay. Brings up 3rd and about 5. I've got to believe you're going to go for it here. So this is all 4-down territory.
Yeah, quick look into Catchell. I think that's his first catch tonight.
I think it might be a second, but yeah, it's the same, but it's both have been short. But I think you're going to have to dink here and take what the defense gives you.
Oh, yeah.
2nd or 3rd down and about 5. Big play for the Blue Golds. You'd like to get a couple more yards to make, well, obviously you'd like a 1st down, but you want a positive play here.
Oh, and they nailed him.
Ooh, now everything changes, Larry.
Oh, now you're back in punt mode.
Well, I'm not sure if you are or not here. We're going to see.
Well, this far behind, maybe not.
Ooh,
I'll tell you.
Well, they're going to. I'm really not sure, though, if I'm on Alaska,
whether you believe it. Well, they got Gutierrez back and no one else. So.
Yeah, but I think
they're not buying.
But I think, Larry, the difference would be is I'd have my defense out there with Gutierrez standing in the backfield, and this has potential fake written all over it, except that everyone in the room knows that potential fake is written all over it. And it is
there
fake.
It is.
Nice return.
And actually, it's a kick.
It's a good. It was a good play.
And that is a smart play by Gutierrez. To catch that ball, Larry, even though he made no yards, is a huge difference.
He's made 2 or 3 plays like that tonight on returns. Done a very good job of handling punts and
well, and I do think, Larry, that was a true fake, but I think it was a fake where you said to Hickey, if no one is fooled, punt it.
But that's the plus thing about having a positive kid like Hickey, an athlete, good athlete back there.
Well, and
there's a kid who is truly a triple threat in the old sense of the word.
Handoff up the gut, and the Hilltoppers here are going to be just satisfied, I think, with trying to grind.
They just need to chew up clock. I mean, it's going to be very difficult for Aquinas to come up with 4 touchdowns, or 3 touchdowns and a field goal, which is what they need.
Well, 4 scores. I mean, and
4
that's the hard
scores some
thing.
way or another, yeah.
I mean, if Onalaska can get 2 or 3 timeouts every time they touch the ball, this is going to be very difficult.
That's right. So,
and the second man
there's the
through.
keeper. Good play.
And he'll be short of the first down, but he'll be close.
He'll be very close, and it's only 3rd down. So, huge play coming for Aquinas. And not only do they need to stop them, obviously, it's a matter of clock. The clock is now under 9 minutes,
and it's ticking. Well, the other thing is, I will tell you that these Hilltopper runners look to be some of the slowest runners by the way they take their time in picking the pocket.
Yep.
I mean, they are not in a hurry
They're
at
patient.
all.
They're very patient.
Well, if you had a quick pass, this would be the time. But they're just going to go ahead and quarterback keep and get the first down.
Yeah.
That would have been a situation if you would have snuck a tight end out, taken 1 step back. I mean, because Aquinas had everybody but the one guy out here guarding the wide receiver in the box. Because the problem now it's 8 minutes and 13 seconds, and again, with the way the Hilltoppers run this offense,
yeah, that
we'll be down to 5.5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a quick hitter.
Gutierrez.
And now Gutierrez changes hands. Ooh. A dangerous play there, Larry, in that he changed. Did you see him changing? Uh-oh. This is a huge injury for the
Gutierrez.
We're going to take a timeout here, folks. You're watching the Culligan High School Game of the Week. Aquinas is trailing 23-0 to the Hilltoppers.
So, Ma, you want one of those softener thingies?
Yes, Salty.
Arr. So, mate, when can you install one?
We don't install.
Arr. So when can you deliver one?
We don't deliver.
Arr. So what if we need service?
Just call Culligan. They can fix it.
Yep. We just sell them.
Arr. That's a fine idea, Sonny. We'll just go to Culligan and have them take care of everything.
Discover the hidden treasures of home. Discover the 7 Seas collection from Hooker Furniture, now at Ross Furniture. Explore the 7 Seas Treasures Boutique and experience the exotic and eclectic accents that can transform an ordinary space into an enticing adventure. Look closely. That glass top table may be a carousel. That side chest may double as a table. There may even be a secret compartment in that desk. The 7 Seas collection. Come see it today at Ross Furniture.
Wednesday, Top Model gets intense. With these girls, it's about high drama.
Sarah and Kim seem very close to each other.
Like, I love blondes. I'm attracted to her.
High stakes.
I really don't have time for this today. You just gotta leave my set.
And what happens next is a Top Model first.
Welcome back, everybody. UPN TV 23. The good news is Gutierrez did walk off the field, unfortunately, with crutches and a walking cast. Speak.
I would think so. Newman will now be in the backfield in Gutierrez's spot. So the backs now will be Sasha, Newman, Morehouse, and, of course, Steinman, the quarterback.
And losing Gutierrez in the backfield is an issue, but that's not the problem.
No, that's not the main issue.
I mean, right now, they're probably, and there's a break.
Oh, my goodness. I didn't see that.
The fullback is going to go coast to coast and go down.
He hit it. I think he got it.
Oh, no, they stopped it at about the 3-yard line.
Yeah, Gutierrez is...
Well, but the bigger problem, Larry, is I'm sure right now they're going, okay, now who's going to be our extra... I mean, and you talk about this, but when you have such a sure thing as Gutierrez...
You don't practice a lot of other people.
Right, because you just don't need it. I mean, who's going to...
Right.
And I mean, it goes all the way. Who's going to kick off? Who's going to do the special points?
And who's going to receive...
Who's going to receive the kicks? Who's going to kick off? I mean,
exactly. He is a special teams giant, and not only from his kicking ability. He fields punts very well.
You know, and again, that's something that he probably practices a ton during the week, because that's a big part of his job.
You know, when you have a talent as rich as he is, it's difficult to get another young man interested in that position.
The good news for the Hilltoppers is, you know, if there's a silver lining here, is that they have this game, especially if they can score here,
pretty much in
good
hand. Yeah.
And if they have the game in hand, you know, they have a week then to figure everything out.
Exactly.
And that
there
helps.
It is.
Now the question is, and you see, they are going for 2, and that tells
you a world right there.
And this is not, and people would say they're running up the score. This has nothing to do with that.
Nothing to do with that.
This has to do with they've had one guy probably kick every extra point.
For the last 3 or 4 years.
Right, and again, and right now probably the bigger question is who's going to kick off. I'm really surprised we don't see someone actually practicing somewhere.
Right.
Because
probably because he's on the field.
Right, but it doesn't matter.
There's a...
Yeah. But my point, Larry, is I might even have him off the field if it isn't the quarterback.
Right.
Because I got to believe the last time whoever did a kickoff was probably when they were a sophomore.
Nah, you got to be.
Offside against Aquinas, so it's halfway. The score right now is 29-0. And this one's
going to get ugly here very quickly.
Well, and you could really see Onalaska now pressing to try and get to that 35-point if they possibly
I think
can.
So. I think so.
And they're going to be 2 closer, 31 now.
There's 2 of them right there.
So 31 now to 0. The Hilltoppers in the lead. And let the adventure begin. Because interestingly enough, the Hilltoppers even platoon somewhat on special teams, Larry. I mean, they have kids that all they work on all week is, you know, a lot of special teams. They're the reserves on the defense. Coach Anthony really believes, you know, that you need a lot of kids to play because he's seen the Menominees of the world. And, you know, I mean, heck, Menominee is teams of teams. Number 20 is going to be doing the kicking off. That's Anderson Lamprecht, a junior. He's also a tight end, and I think they were explaining to him where to put the ball down. And the other thing this does is as a team, a coverage team, you're very used to what he does.
Right.
You're used to high
now
kicks.
You may have to adjust your attack downfield. And the kickoff, you know, is not is probably not the most critical part, other than the fact that they're used to deep, high kicks with plenty of time to get down.
And I would think this is going to be some sort of a squib kick.
I would think.
And actually not horrendous for high school sport or high school.
No, not bad. A little low, but deep enough.
And ironically, probably the worst run back of the day.
Good coverage. Peterson had trouble finding anything there because the coverage was pretty good.
Well, the score now is 31-0, 6:06 to go. And we want to thank Pizza Corral. Before or after the game, round up the family and head to Pizza Corral in Holman for their original pan-style pizza. Don't forget soup, salad bar, ice cream, and beverages. Enjoy inside dining or fast carryout. Hey, they deliver too, folks. Banquet and party rooms are also available. That's Pizza Corral in Holman, 526-3660. And I can tell you they deliver, Larry, because they deliver to my house every once in a while.
Is that a fact?
Yeah.
You eat pizza, is that right? Huh?
Well, yeah. In fact, Mr. John tonight had a birthday party, and we went out and had a little bit of a bite early.
What age is this? About 4?
Well, not his. This is Jonathan's 6 now. He was going to a
6?
birthday party. Yes, oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Mr. John turned 6. Allison's 9 now, but Mr. John was going to Nick's birthday party, and we had to go out. We had grabbed a little bit of dinner beforehand, and Mr. John ate his hamburger, left his French fries because he didn't want to fill up too much because there was pizza.
Oh, that was going to be stuff to eat there. Oh yeah.
Well, second down and 10 now. Good defense by the Hilltoppers. And a nice looking pitch and catch. It's going to pick up about 4 or 5 yards.
He's finding Catchell open now, but it's all short yard. Oh, that wasn't Catchell. Well, it was, but I think it was. No, that was Shams. That was Ryan Shams.
And again, Larry, the difference this week is last week against Central, they got some yards after the catch. Here, these guys are catching the ball, and they're done.
Yep, they are. The coverage, were it not preventative, it's not allowing any yards after the catch.
4:50 to go now. The clock continues to tick, which
pretty
is
good defense overall by the Purple People Eaters here. Quick pass,
and he'll
get Peterson,
and he'll get the first down, but he was
stepped
on the
out of
line.
bounds.
And that'll be a first down for the Blue Bolts.
Peterson, a junior, I believe, having a nice game. He runs back. He runs back punts nicely. He
only a sophomore, Larry.
Is he a sophomore?
Only a sophomore.
And he
did muff that one punt.
Muff one punt.
He'll learn from that you either call a fair catch or get out of the way, but because he was going to be buried if he caught that ball, and he knew it on that punt. Quick handoff up the gut.
That's the Stetter. He's got room.
Well, this spread offense, Onalaska now is in a huge prevent defense, Larry.
Yeah.
And you can do this against this. You can move down the field against a huge prevent defense.
And, I often wonder
why teams do it.
Why teams do it, especially here, the game's not at risk. Why not stick with what got you here? It's been successful the whole game, but they're too deep now in the coverage.
Yeah, they're way back.
There you go.
First and 10. Quick throw.
That's the Rickaway. Ooh, that was good. That was good closure. He got a couple yards, but not much. They're throwing quick screens, which you can complete, but it takes a real dancer.
Well, especially when they're this deep. He's catching that ball standing still, Larry.
Yeah.
And the problem is that gives all those Purple People Eaters over there the chance to get and to find them.
Yeah, that's exactly why UWL uses what they call a bubble screen, and they throw it to the man in motion.
Like here, at least this. Ooh,
that ball might be live.
They decided this official was in no hurry. Because I was trying, that's why when he was thinking there, Larry.
He didn't blow the whistle, did he? He wanted to take a look.
If that would have been in the pro game, he was allowing the play to be reviewed.
Yeah.
He really was, because he made sure that ball was out of bounds before he did it. It was not a definitive. This is an incomplete pass.
Right.
He made the right call, by the way.
I think so.
Not by. It wasn't. It was close though. Third and long now, certainly 4-down territory for the Blue Golds. It's not going to need it. Nice pass in the middle. That was a very nice route to the big man, the tight end, dragging across the middle at the 30-yard line.
That's Zach Brickaway.
And at this stage, Larry, all Aquinas is playing for is to try and get their offense into a flow and start to get ready for next week when they will be taking on Sparta, which will be a big game for both of those teams.
It'll be a big game for both of them because
do you have any hope for playoffs?
I think they're tied right now.
Well, they'll both be 1 and 2. They were both 1 and 2 going into the night's game.
Yeah, 2 and 3 overall. So Onalaska.
They'll go to 2 to 4 they're going to have to win next week. I mean, they're going to almost have to win out if they're going to make it into the playoffs.
It looks like it. And ironically, they probably have a pretty good chance if they get, good breakaway by Hickey. Knocked out at the 10, around the 10. Aquinas will be in a fairly low bracket.
Yeah, I would think Division 4, maybe
I would
Division
think
5.
4, yeah. That's down around like Westby and Bangor and that size school. Bangor probably. So they could probably do all right there, but you got to get there.
Well, they have to win 2 more conference games.
You got to get there.
And they played Sparta. We know they played Sparta because we were there. They played
Central.
They've already played Central. I don't think they've played Toma yet.
I think they played Holman though, haven't they?
Right. And that's a duck.
Oh, intercepted. Yeah,
and you know why? And you know why it was intercepted? It had nothing to do. Hickey was just getting
knocked
killed.
on his backside, and he's way off balance, leaning backwards. The man was open, but he just didn't have the goop to get it to him. It's too bad, but the rush was a good one, and they got him.
Well, let's talk a little bit about playoffs. Logan, if they win tonight, will qualify at 3-0.
I think they will.
Well, they will at 3-0 and 4-1. They will have more. They'll be 4-2. I mean, they're guaranteed then 4-2. I mean, 4-2. That's it. They're in the game.
So they win tonight, and they're in the playoffs.
Onalaska will be 3-0. It appears as we just get a hand up with the gut. Nice run, pick up. Yeah, it keeps going. Well, may actually get the first down. It'll be very close. But Onalaska will be in an interesting spot at 3-0, 4-2. If the Hilltoppers can win, and I'm not sure who they're playing next week, but if the Hilltoppers win next week, they'll be in good shape now. And, again,
they will indeed.
Holman, depending on the win or loss, I mean, Logan, Holman, really, whoever wins there, that's going to be the story. The more interesting ones will be Aquinas and Sparta. 1 and 2, 2 and 3 coming in, and now you're going to have the first down. That actually probably played into the Hilltoppers.
I think there's a chance that Sparta's playing Toma tonight, don't you think?
I thought Sparta had a non-conference.
Yeah, that could be. It's either Toma or non-conference because the other teams are accounted for here and at Logan.
I don't know who Central's playing tonight, And so it's Central, Toma, and Sparta. We don't know who they're playing. So one of them is non-conference, and 2 of them are playing each other.
I think you're right. I think it's Central, Toma, and Sparta would be non-conference.
So Sparta will be in a must-win situation next week.
Yep.
Aquinas will be in a must-win.
Ooh, good dive play to Morehouse.
Yeah, Morehouse picks up about 7-8 yards, and again, the clock continues to tick here with 138 seconds, or 138 to go in the third quarter. Second down and about 5. And so that game will be huge for those 2 teams. Whoever wins that game still has a shot at the playoffs, and really whoever loses it is done. I mean, for Aquinas and Sparta.
Yeah, there's and of course Central is already out.
That's a keeper. Well, yeah, Central and Toma. I guess in theory Toma could win out.
Well, they only have 2 losses. Central has 3 losses.
Right. So I mean, if Central loses tonight and Toma wins, it's done. But in reality, folks, those 2 teams aren't going to make the playoffs.
No, they're not.
Unless Toma put a heck of a winning streak on. So now that we've totally talked about the playoff picture, because it's 31-0, and there's a minute to go in the third quarter.
Winding down.
We'll go into the Cooley in this fourth quarter because, well, we're not going to have a lot else to talk about, are we, Mel? Well, we can talk about the fact that Rick Wilson and I are going to be doing the parade tomorrow.
Maple Leaf Parade.
Maple Leaf
Sounds
Parade.
like a good day for the parade.
It's going to be absolutely beautiful. So, I mean, by the time you've seen this, you probably have already been there. But, yeah. So now it's second down and about 7. This is exactly the drive that Coach Antoni would love right now.
Yeah, because this one puts a moving clock on, unless Aquinas should score here. And that's a very good run. And he fumbled it, but I think he was down.
No, he was down. They called him down right away. And the problem right now, Larry, is now you're seeing where the platooning, you have a frustrated group of kids on the Aquinas side of the field, and you're seeing just this Hilltopper team just and drive them now.
And that's a new back. That's a 25.
And we don't even need to run a play here, so we're just going to be done. 31-0 is going to be your third quarter score, folks. We'll be back after these messages on UPN TV 23. Do you have a composite?
Think about where you are in life. Think about what you want to be. Think about how to get there. Think about your future. Think about WWTC. Think about where you are in life. Think about what you want to be. Think about how to get there. Think about your future. Think about Western Wisconsin Technical College.
Why do the Zoffs have their auto, home, and life insurance with American Family?
We have our first home, 2 cars, and we have a brand new baby. It's a lot of responsibility.
Our agent works very hard for us.
Our agent went through a lot of options, very thorough. It's a rarity to get the kind of service we get with American Family.
And something else appeals to the Zoffs.
We even get discounts with American Family.
Find out what you're missing. Call American Family.
American Family Insurance.
Where do you go for your Oktoberfest headquarters? It's gotta be Quillen's. Head to your nearest Quillen's, home of the official Oktoberfest brat, and stock up for a weekend of festivities. Get your pre-cooked Oktoberfest brats all ready to be thrown on the fire. Brat buns and all of your favorite fixings. Don't forget to stop by the deli for delicious hot and cold items like German potato salad or Quillen's classic potato salad. Quillen's also has a wide selection of German wines and beers for your Oktoberfest celebration.
It's gotta be Quillen's.
To all of you that have been to Miller Quickprint in the last 20 years, we'd like to thank you for being our customers and our friends. We truly appreciate each and every one of you. As many of you know, Ray retired in January. It is our desire to continue providing you with the same high-quality, fast-service printing that he provided. He left some pretty big shoes to fill, and our goal is to one day fill those shoes the way that he did.
UPN this weekend. Instinct is what keeps species alive.
Charlie, don't be so rude.
For this group of friends,
I don't think she's the right girl for you. Whoa! She's more your type.
human nature is their only enemy.
Is Billy alive? You're already insane. You don't need my help.
You play me for a fool.
No.
What were you thinking, Billy?
I love her, Julian.
You son of a...
Welcome back, everybody. UPN TV 23 in the Culligan High School Game of the Week. They hand it through to the second man through, and he's going to pick up about a yard. Onalaska's in complete control here, folks, up 31-0, but Eric Gutierrez, unfortunately, is left the field and is being, I'm sure, attended to right now. The Hilltoppers really probably one of their best athletes, if not their best athlete on the field. And they hand it up to Gut, and he just keeps going and is going to pick up a first down. That's just pure power. Nice run.
It's going to be very hard now for Aquinas to stop them. The size and the duration of the game advantage that...
well, and that's only Larry. Tyler Holcomb, I mean, we should talk about this. Only a sophomore.
Yeah,
175, 6 foot. He's a big kid. And
yeah, he's...
now do you really think, now we have out here, and I mean, Rude must have gotten bored out here, so now they have Pollux.
Pollux is
the sophomore.
Is the sophomore, and he's the second in the depth chart at wide receiver.
And he's having an opportunity now to stroll on the sidelines. Because
this is the old Army's lonesome end when the first kind of whiteout that the game used, clear back probably before you were born. I'm not sure about that.
Well, and interestingly enough now, you see Onalaska actually going into the huddle. That's all clock management. Take a little more time.
Yep.
This time they just put everybody in and they just line up and go.
And there's another new back. That's number 40.
Thomas Fortier. Another sophomore.
So they've got
a lot.
Morehouse, who is a junior, is still in. The other two backs Fortier and Haugum are sophomores.
And look at the clock management, Larry. They are not even, you know, Onalaska now they're looking at the watch on every play. You know, not even putting the play in until there's enough time so that they're going to get now this official to start counting. And it is handed up the gut. Ooh.
Second man, Morehouse, and they get the first down. Ball will be on about the 16.
Every Plumbing and Heating in Onalaska is the place to go for energy-efficient water heaters and boilers. Call Every for plumbing repairs, new construction, or bath and kitchen remodeling. Call 783-2803 for Every Plumbing, and they say, go Hilltoppers. And heck, with the way oil prices are going, I'd be looking for a more efficient furnace, a more efficient water heater, a more efficient everything.
So A.J. Mick, the sophomore quarterback, is now in for Steinman. So they got a pretty much youthful backfield there. This will be next year's group, some of them.
They just handed up to, handed it to second.
I like the looks of that Haugum. He runs an awful lot like Mr. Gutierrez.
Yep.
Picks his way.
Now, it's not as important to pick up yards as it is to not turn the ball over. You know, Onalaska, they'd love to put this in for the running clock. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
But on the other hand, if they run 4 more plays, they've almost run a running clock for 6 minutes.
It essentially has been a running clock because they haven't taken the ball. They haven't passed the ball this possession, and they're not about to pass the ball.
Yeah, no reason to now.
No,
You're just pretty much
absolutely none. So Mr. Pollux is out there for exercise pretty much, and decoy.
And he's having fun.
Oh yeah. So the ball is what, on the 1 or 2?
1 or 2.
So we're about to go into an official running clock, barring a fumble or something like this. And there it is.
And, well, that could change everything, Larry.
Yeah, that does. Back to the 10 now. It's still it's second down now.
And that's where, when they watch the films, they're going to say to him, you don't try to pick it up down there.
Because he lost 5 yards on the fumble and 5 more by trying to pick the ball.
If he would have just fallen down, it's second down and goal from the 5, and now it's second down and goal from the 10.
Yep.
Now, he might be happy, and Mr. Pollux might be happy, because the passing game.
That's right. But Mr. Pollux says, I'm back in the game.
Well, and right now, I've been watching Peterson, who's been guarding him. He's been almost running in for the rush. Yeah, and now
it looked like another fumble, but this one he turned into.
Yeah, he just turned the wrong way.
He just turned around, and
I'm not really sure. They had 3 backs, I think, going in all different directions.
Yeah,
none of them were.
But he did the right thing. He turned into the line and just went uphill, and he got inside the 10. He might have got a yard on that play. But
7:52 and the clock continues to run here. Now it's 3rd and long. Both teams are going deep into their benches now, as you're seeing more and more reserves coming in for Aquinas. Yeah, I think we might get to see a pass here. Oh, almost a fumble again. There's a fumble again, and he gets it.
Well, it looks like they're going to doing everything they can to prevent the running clock from occurring. Nick is having trouble on almost every exchange. He's just not getting a firm, sure grip on the ball when on the exchange from center. So that's throwing off their timing.
And we're at the 7-minute mark. And I think we're going to see another running play. I really do here. I think you're just going to... And it's an option. And he's got some room, but he's going to be short. Aquinas will take over in downs at the 5-yard line.
Yep. So Aquinas held thanks to a little bit of a problem between the quarterback and the center on the exchange.
And we're going to take our last break. 31-0's our score. We'll be back after these messages on UPN TV 23.
At 782-1469 or toll free 888-943-9682.
UPN this weekend. Instinct is what keeps species alive.
Charlie, don't be so rude.
For this group of friends,
I don't think she's the right girl for you.
whoa, it's more your type. Human nature is their only enemy.
Still your life. You're already insane. You don't need my help.
No.
What were you thinking, Billy?
I love her, Jillian.
You son of a...
Welcome back, everybody. UPN TV 23 in the Culligan High School Game of the Week. The Blue Golds would love to do a 90-yard drive here and get some points on the board. It looks like they still have a lot of their first-team offense in.
Oh, yeah, they had the brothers Catchell in at the both wideouts. Now one of them goes out, Matt, the youngest.
And I think the Hilltoppers are pretty much all in reserves, aren't they?
Well, it looks pretty much like it.
I'm not seeing a lot of numbers that I've called tonight.
No.
I mean, lots of sophomores,
yeah, this is pretty much a new unit.
There's a few.
The Blue Golds still.
Well, they want points.
Yeah, they need a touchdown here. They need to get their offense going again for next week because
they have a big game.
They have a big game against Sparta, I believe.
Yep, and really, the loser is eliminated.
Oh, yeah.
Is really the way you look at that game.
No doubt about
the
that.
The loser of that game, pretty much, you're done.
We don't think that Sparta is playing a conference game tonight, so their record in the conference will not change regardless of the outcome of the game. And Aquinas has changed, or will change. Ooh, good coverage on Catchell, but he got maybe 3 or 4.
That's Nathan Melby, a sophomore, in for the Hilltoppers.
I tell you, the Hilltoppers have done a very good job containing Catchell. They've allowed him to catch the ball in the second half, but they haven't given him much in the way of run after the catch.
Kyle Helgeson, a junior, came off a little gimpy.
We're down to about 5 minutes and 10 seconds. So.
Well, there was motion there. They didn't call it. Good hustle.
Good hard running by Peterson. I like this Peterson. This young man is a nice runner. I think he and Stetter will both be back next year.
We're going to have a measurement now. Yeah, that's right. Let's talk a little bit about the games we're doing next week. Mel and I are going to be going over to La Crescent for their homecoming.
Clear over to Minnesota. That's homecoming over there.
Yeah, I think both games. Actually, I know both games are homecoming, and for some unknown reason, I'm not doing the Holman game. I'm going to be doing the Black River Falls game. It's Central at Holman, and that could be a big one for that will be a big game no matter what happens for the Vikings because
they've got to win that game.
Well, again, one of the drawbacks of having a 6-team conference is if you want to guarantee you're in the playoffs, you need to go 4-2.
That's right.
I mean, 3-3, you're probably in. I mean, and if you have a winning record overall, then you're definitely probably in most of the time because we've seen some losing records make it in. We've seen some just below 500 records make it in conferences. I don't think we're going to see that from the Mississippi Valley this year. I think if it gets to borderlines, we're not going to win that debate.
Peterson gets the corner. A nice job of running by Peterson.
But Onalaska is going to have to make some adjustments next week. Assuming Gutierrez isn't able to play, they're going to have to find a punt returner, kickoff guy, probably a kickoff returner, and a kicker, and running back.
They've got that covered. I mean, they've got 3 good running backs.
And it looks like a couple of kids behind
and a couple of young guys who look like they're ready to step in and play at any time.
I'm not saying they're going to play every day, but they're going to play. And he's got
going for Catchell, and he's got him. He dropped it. That's something that you will rarely see. Catchell was running. He was scoring a touchdown before he got a full grasp on the ball, and he is really disgusted with himself because he hardly ever drops the ball.
Jorgensen was back there with him, but was a whole step behind.
The throw was good.
Oh, that was just a drop. I mean, that's...
Yep. Just once in a while it happens. Well, this is the second unit for
the Hilltoppers.
Aquinas was not able to break that deep play against the first unit.
And Hickey,
oh, he's smothered.
Dances, but gets rudely thrown down, and now
it's fourth down.
I'm assuming
forever,
you're going
but I'm thinking they're going to go for it. It's fourth down. I mean,
10.
what difference does it make whether they score, whether Onalaska scores again or not? It doesn't make any difference, but it does make a difference.
Nicholas Johnson and A.J. Mick have done nothing but snap the ball to each other through this entire series.
And they should have, because they had trouble on almost every exchange.
Well, this is, I think, again, I guess you think about them punting here. Maybe they will.
I don't think.
Well,
I don't think they do. Well, they did and they didn't.
And they're going to get
nothing.
Well, no, they're going to get a 15-yard penalty, Mel.
Oh, they roughed the kicker?
Even though I don't know about that call. It's
but
what
that's
it's
what the
be.
call is. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah.
I mean, he just decked him after he punted. I always thought once the punter looked like he was starting to run that it was fair game.
Yeah, that's.
But I guess not in high school, and I don't see anybody from Onalaska even getting excited about it.
Oh, well, when you're ahead 31 points,
yeah, now they're talking about it. I mean, the coaching staff is definitely questioning this. And
just on principle.
Yeah, they're not questioning it loudly, and they're not going to make a huge stink. It's just much more. No. We're not happy. And Hickey, the bigger problem for Aquinas is Hickey took a huge hit.
Yeah, he did.
With his leg extended, and that,
Well, I tell you, without him, they're really, really in a hurting shape.
You can see he's not. He's a little slow. I mean, he's not bad, but I'm a little surprised that
he plays both ways, and he takes really takes a tremendous pounding. He's a nice athlete. Peterson again. Peterson looks really good.
And the clock continues to tick now at 3 minutes. And we didn't officially go to a running clock, but we've almost been in a running clock.
Well, we've been almost this whole quarter, essentially.
Yeah, almost the whole half.
I mean, the whole half is what I meant,
Yeah, now I think one of the regulars comes out. Jacob Hodek, number 57, got a good hand from the crowd as he came out. Second now and about 5. And Peterson just goes up the gut, and I think Onalaska will let him get 5 yards and not lose a lot of sleep over it.
Now,
Aquinas has already used 1 timeout, so
2.5 minutes, and this one's in the book. So this is a nice win for Onalaska.
It's a big win for the Toppers. A 3-0 now in the conference. They need to win 1 more to really control their own destiny. And that's going to be short of just a couple yards. Clock continues to tick. 2:18, 2:17.
I think there's a chance that Onalaska is going to get a shutout, even using the second unit here. Because the clock is ticking. There's less than 2 minutes now. Aquinas probably going to go deep to Catchell here one of these times. Nope, short to Catchell.
And he picks up a couple yards, takes a heck of a hit.
Takes a heck of a hit, and the clock, it doesn't even stop the clock. It's down to 1:40, and
well, now you're in a let's hope nobody gets hurt mode.
Oh, yeah.
On both sides of the field, to be very honest with you, in my opinion. Clock ticks. 90 seconds to go. Again, next week, Larry and I will be over at La Crescent. Black River Falls versus La Crescent. And
rush. Tremendous rush. Fumble. Onalaska, game over, obviously.
And then Central will be at Holman. Double homecoming next week, folks. And a big win for the Toppers. Aquinas needs to regroup, though, fast, Larry, because
it doesn't get much easier for them.
Well, that Sparta game, I think, is just a crucial win. They're going to have to pick up a W there.
And Sparta
is
a decent team this year.
Right. They're better than their record shows. I've heard that from a couple coaches.
The new coach over there has got them playing pretty good.
And Onalaska calls a timeout, and I think they're calling a timeout. I see coaches over there counting, Larry. Again, this is not a spiteful timeout. This is just let's make sure we have the right people in the game timeout.
That's it.
Very nice tribute to Roy Grady today. Some of the folks from the 1982, or I think it was the 1980 conference champs were here. So that was neat to see. And they had probably 10, 15 guys down there representing the team, and good showing for
a good showing, actually. Yes.
1:10 to go, and we're gonna still play football because these are all young kids, and they're just gonna hand it off up to Gut and keep two hands on the ball, and let's let it go. Hey, stay tuned, folks, for Logan versus Holman. The battle of the conference leaders follows, and then check us out at noon tomorrow as we do the Maple Leaf Parade rebroadcast. Rick Wilson and myself, and check out the bargain market before it at 11:30. Clock is ticking, 41 seconds as folks are heading to the exits. This very possibly could be the last play if the referee is in no hurry to place the ball. And
so they'll get a shutout.
It's a timeout, unfortunately, with 27 seconds. So I think